Hi, my name is Jennifer Jenkins and I'm the Fabulous Stamper. I wanted to just do a quick little video telling you who I am. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. So if I talk about the Texas heat, it's because actually I'm from California, from Northern California, where the weather is like temperate and it's just a lot different. There's virtually no humidity and it's just lovely there. And so I miss the California a lot just for the weather. It's just so lovely there. And but I moved here for a job after other moves, but I moved here for a job. And I love to make pretty things with paper. That's what I always love to say, is I love to make pretty things with paper. And eventually I started making these videos because I'm a teacher by trade. I've been a teacher for, well, I was a teacher for 18 years, and now I write curriculum for an ESL program that I work for. And it's my passion. I love teaching people how to do things. I just find it to be so fun. I didn't realize that it was such a skill or something that I understood that other people maybe didn't know. I just assumed everyone could do it. So I love trying to teach people how to do things. And so if you watch my full tutorials, you'll always see a full, like I try to tell you step by step, even if it seems a little redundant, because you never know. It might be the first time someone's watching something, and I never want them to feel left out or less than, or, you know, like they can't do the craft, because they usually can. So I always love to make Disney inspired crafts because to me, they're the best. Well, Disney items are always really expensive. So I always figured out how to make Disney items without buying them because it was cheaper, using Dollar Tree things or stuff I already had on hand or stuff like that. I just would see something and think I want to make it. But I especially love making Disney inspired cards because I love stamping so much and card making so much. So those tend to be my favorite. So just a couple of my favorite cards, because I have them on hand, and these ones I don't give away. I love cards because you can make a card and then you can just mail it, give it away. And then you don't have a collection of crafts that you made, but you know, have no room for. And so because I live in this tiny apartment, I figured that's what I do. So anyway, so my first card that actually I'm probably not the most proud of, but impressive card, was this monkey card I made, and Stampin' Up! Actually wound up taking it to their corporate office. It's a Toy Story inspired card. Stampin' Up! Took it to their corporate office and showed it off and displayed it there, which was really cool. I thought it was cool that my card was chosen. This card I made for my niece. I actually spelled parlay wrong, so don't judge me. I know now it's spelled with an A-Y and not an E, but I just assumed it was the French. Anyway, so yeah. And so I made this card, pirate card, and it's so detailed. And there's there's a tutorial on both of these cards on my YouTube. And then this card I made for my niece. I didn't make it just for her, but it reminds me of the Jungle Cruise. And I just thought, this is the Jungle Cruise. I don't know why. I should have put a Mickey on there somewhere. I thought I had. Oh yeah, there's a Mickey in the corner. A tiny hidden Mickey in the corner. But I made it because it made me think of my niece and the Disneyland and the Jungle Cruise. And I created all the stamping on it, all the detail. And I'm pretty positive there's a tutorial of this also on my YouTube. I'll double check and make sure it's up there. And then sometimes I, of course, make things that are not Disney inspired. Like this is inspired by my pet bird. I had a Jende Conure, and she was so cute. And I made this card, and it just reminded me of her because the paper had this little bird. And again, it was just one of my favorites. And this one, of course, is a special card because I made it for my mom just before she passed away. And I just loved all the detail that I put into it. She passed away not long after Valentine's Day in April. And so it just, all the detail added onto it. And so it's become like a special card of mine because I made it for her. And I found it just in her things. She had set it in her stuff, and anyway, so I saved it, and so now I keep it because I've given it to her. But yeah, so I don't always make Disney inspired things, but that tends to be my thing. So anyway, that's just who I am. I just love making Disney inspired stuff, and usually it's a card, and I usually explain why I'm doing it in my longer videos. And that's about it. I can't really think of anything else exciting to tell you, just that, oh, and why do I use the name Fabulous? Well, when I was a teacher, I used to call my students fabulosas y fabulosos, because, you know, that's what I would call them just as we would do things. I would just say they're fabulous in Spanish. I was an ESL teacher in the public schools in near Richmond, California. And I would tell them, you know, that they're fabulous. I would always tell them that they were fabulous in Spanish, but also in English. It was just something that I always did. So it became this nickname. The students called me Fabulosa. And so fabulous became my word. I don't know if I got it from AbFab. I probably did. I don't know. I probably got it from Absolutely Fabulous. I don't really know. It just was a word that became my moniker, and now I use it all the time. So it's just what I always strive for. And so I always feel like being myself is fabulous enough. So that's why I call myself the Fabulous Stamper. And I'm glad that you tuned in and watched my little video, and hopefully you'll continue to watch, like, share, comment on my videos as you see fit. And that's about it. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you'll see something fun in the channel soon that you like. All right, have a great day. Bye.